Okay, what are you from?
I come from a country named Serbia. Do you know the country?
Yes, I know the country Serbia.
What about you? Where are you from?
I am from Iraq.
Iraq. Okay. I don't usually get students from Iraq. What's the weather like there now?
It's winter, and it's, I don't know, 50 Celsius, 15 Celsius,
15.
windy.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's mostly like desert weather, so the air is very cold and very dry.
Mhm.
So, it's worse than a zero in the US.
Okay. Here it's around 0 in Serbia and it's snowy.
Yeah, it's kind of humid. That's why it's better. Here it's very dry, so the air goes right into the bone.
Okay, through your bones. Okay.
Yes.
So Mohammed, why do you need English? And why are you here in Cambridge? Do you do it for work or traveling?
No, actually, I'm an English teacher, and my students always ask me daily questions, but they don't want my response. They want a native response. So I write down their answers and ask natives and see how their answers to these daily questions.
So you have some questions from your students and you need the
Yes,
help to answer them?
yes, yes.
Okay.
It's
Do
not
you
like a conversation. For example, they said, uh, "Why do you think the West have a bad perception of Arabs?" For example, when I say I'm from Iraq, especially on video calls, they would say Allah Akbar, or they would have a very bad image of us Arabs, the Arabian countries. They think that we are developing countries, we're ignorant, we're underdeveloped.
Okay, I understand. Well, yeah, I think this is not a general situation. I think these are some people who are an exception to the rule. They haven't traveled a lot outside their countries, maybe, or they don't have a lot of friends or experience with countries where they don't speak English, so non-English countries. I think this is a problem, but I think this is not the majority of the people.
Yes, for example, if I wear my Arabian traditional costume, like a special hat and a dress, something like a dress, they would make fun of me. But anyway, to be honest, I don't really care. But
Okay.
it kind of hurts. Something I really hate about Americans, they think that the world revolves around them.
No,
So to be honest, two nationalities, I'm sorry to be very judgmental, but that's something that I've experienced over the years. I really
okay.
have a bad idea, a bad impression of Americans and people from the UK, the originals. You know, I don't want to be racist, but they really treat us differently. They tend to correct you when you speak. They tend to teach you like we're something under, like they treat us like they are our superiors, which is something very annoying. And we
Uh,
have like
okay.
a very ancient civilization,
Mm-hmm.
and most of the inventions nowadays started uh, around our countries. I'm not bluffing, or I don't know how to say it, but uh, that's what I feel. Maybe I'm overreacting.
Um, can you give me an experience that you had that was negative that made you think this way? When did you experience this?
You sound like a therapist. Anyway,
Yeah, I want to help because this is a really negative experience, and I'm so sad that you
no, it's not just
experienced
me.
this.
It's something I've been experiencing with my friend for the last decade.
Really?
Yes, since we
Okay.
started using the internet.
Okay, it's a really bad experience. Do you have this experience in person as well, or only online?
No, they would not dare. For example, the audacity. Saudi Arabia is trying to build a linear city.
Oh, I know the line.
It's very
It's
developed,
amazing.
whatever. So I've
Yeah.
read an article from an American news agency. They said Arabs have the audacity to build a linear city. The audacity. I mean, are we slaves? Are we like animals? Or it was like, okay, now that's something you need
Mm,
to, you know.
maybe
So
it's
that's
just
why.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. I wish I was wrong.
Yeah, I think this is not the majority of the people. The media usually has it wrong, and the media does not represent the majority of the people, only a small minority that may be in control or have some benefit from this type of media. But I assure you, this is a smaller number of people. It's not the majority of the country. So in my country, for example, I work as an interior designer and as an architect. A lot of architects really respect what you're trying to do with this linear city because it's very modern, a very modern concept, and it's high tech. It hasn't been done before, so it's really courageous in a way. So we can't wait to see how it turns out because we don't have it
Yes.
here. Yeah.
I guess the World Cup has also made some difference in their perception.
I don't know. I think the world's perception is evolving, but it's not that negative. I think maybe some people and some news, some media is trying to push this kind of agenda in a way, but it happens globally. I think with many countries, not only Arab countries, but I
No,
see why
in
you
my
can.
country, Iraq, no,
Yeah.
they consider it the worst place to live on earth. It's the most dangerous place in the world, but still, it's it used to be dangerous because it's been through a war, just like Ukraine, and
Mm-hmm.
now it's everything is pretty safe. For example,
Mm-hmm.
if I went to Baghdad right now with a bag full of money and slept on the street, I wouldn't get robbed. But if I went to,
Mm-hmm.
to, to Paris in the middle of the day, I would get robbed. You know, if I went to Madrid, if I went to Washington, I would get robbed if I've got stacks of money in my hands.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but in Baghdad, even if I dropped those stacks, they will come to me and say like, "This is your money. You dropped it," and this
So it's
is
very safe.
very very normal. Yeah, I mean it's much safer than you think. People when
Mm-hmm.
they heard the word Baghdad, they would think like suicide bombers. People are dead in the street. People running. So
Because yeah. They
yeah,
don't
because of
have
the
the
media.
experience, and
Right.
maybe the media, yeah. I don't get a lot of news from Iraq generally, so I'm glad that you guys are safe and that I have some contact with you and people like you who can tell me what the real situation is. But yeah, I don't consider it like anything less than any other European countries. I think we're all equals and that we should support each other. So it's a good thing if the country is safe. It's also pretty safe here in my country, but many other people from different countries think it's not a safe country. So we can't experience a similar thing,
Yeah.
but it's quite safe.
Well, every country has a bright side and a dark side. So I guess
Yeah.
it happens everywhere.
It's a global phenomenon. Okay,
It
so
is.
Mohammed, it was nice meeting you. We don't have a lot more time. If you have any questions about English or Cambly or anything, you can write to me in the chat box after this class. Okay?
Thank you very much. It was
Thank
awesome
you.
talking to you today.
Thank